Good afternoon. I'm Lexi Payne, and you're watching The Roar. In local news, several thousand people gathered Saturday in Washington Square Park as Kansas City joined in rallies around the world for women's rights. Speakers railed about reproductive rights, immigration, equal pay, religious freedom, rights to the LGBT community, and the urgency to fight any attacks on human dignity for all. More than 5,000 people attended the march in Kansas City, and more than 1 million attended worldwide. In national news, 2 suspects are in custody after a shooting in San Antonio's shopping mall. The 2 suspects robbed a jewelry store on Sunday afternoon. After the 2 men fled, a Good Samaritan tried to stop them, but one of the robbers fatally shot the man. A second individual, who was carrying a licensed concealed handgun, then shot and wounded one robber. The second robber fired his weapon as he fled the mall and wounding a man and a woman. They, along with the wounded robber, were taken to the hospital. Now let's take it to the Roar's Marisha Simpke in the sports room.
Kansas City Royals pitcher Yordano Ventura and former major leaguer Andy Marti died in separate traffic accidents early Sunday in their native Dominican Republic. A candlelight vigil was held for Yordano Ventura outside of Kauffman Stadium last night. Marti's family was holding a vigil for him yesterday and planned to bury him within hours. The Patriots and Falcons have earned the right to take the field against one another in Houston for Super Bowl 51. The ticket prices are higher than ever. They are expected to be over $5,000. Now for LHS sports. It's midway through the winter sports season, so the Roar's Peyton Jandrew checked in with the wrestling team to see how things are going.
Lansing High School Wrestling had our ups and downs this year. Struggled in some key areas. We're really just a little bit on the inexperienced side, but we've had a ton of growth, and that's what's exciting. Guys coming back to work every day and just getting a little bit better every single day, and that's what we're focusing on this year. Maybe not so much for the wins and losses, but just growth and getting better. These guys are getting hungry. We haven't seen competition in a week or so that they're ready to get back on the mat and go find some more wins. Struggles, they're always going to be there. This year we've kind of had the injury bug. Right now we have four varsity wrestlers that are out due to injury. Injuries are preventable, but they do happen. So it's just about getting those guys the right treatment, the right rehab, and getting back on the mat and getting better every day. Hopefully we can stay out of that just through strength, stretching, and better practices, taking care of our bodies. But like I said, preventable injuries are preventable, but they do happen. Just something you got to deal with. But we'll look to come back from those injuries and be a stronger team when those guys get back on the lineup.
We've been putting in a lot of work at practice, and I think it shows at the tournaments. I've worked really hard this year, and I think it's going to show at regionals.
Clay Howard was out for the season for a little bit and had to spend some time off the mats. Tell him about how it felt being off the mats and then getting back onto the mats, and what his biggest struggles were this season.
It didn't feel good to be out. I mean, I had to sit with all the other injured people and work out, and it wasn't bad. I mean, I got a good workout in, but it felt like I should be on the mat and I should be able to wrestle. It feels good, of course, because I'm back. I get to be on the mat with all my friends. I get to practice hard, get to work out. I get to work on my shots and everything else I need to do before next competition. My biggest struggle was probably going from 106 to 126, seeing a lot better competition and wrestling a lot bigger people. I had a hard time focusing on technique rather than out-strengthening people. So if I'm not cutting as much, then I'm wrestling harder people and bigger people, so that's probably my biggest struggle.
And this has been Peyton Jandrew reporting for The Roar.
Thanks, Peyton, and good luck with the rest of your season, wrestlers. The bowling team is traveling to Olathe Lanes East to compete against Blue Valley North and St. Thomas Aquinas today at 3:30. Our Lady Lions have a basketball tournament at Wellsville High School starting at 6. The boys' freshman team has a tournament at home, and the girls' freshman team have a tournament at Tonganoxie. Good luck to all competing tonight. The Lionettes competed over the weekend at Olathe East. The team brought home 2 trophies, one for the officers and one for the team. Congrats, ladies.
Donald Trump was sworn in as the 45th President of the United States on Friday. Mason Root and I got students' thoughts on our new president.
Well, I just had the opportunity to have an excellent conversation with President-elect Trump.
As many of you know, Friday was the president inauguration. We went throughout the halls of LHS to find out what people thought of this presidential change.
To me, it's just a dream come true that Trump is president. Nothing much.
Well, see, Trump, he's more about the money than he is the people. And him being elected president is worse than his hair. It's just not good.
Did you know Trump didn't win the popular vote? Well, you heard it here, folks. That's what the people at Lansing High School think of Donald Trump. It's time for the weather with Marissa Shimke.
Sunday, there had been an enormous storm system that kicked up tornadoes, shredded homes, and left other destruction scattered around the southeast has claimed at least 19 lives after a 2-day assault on the region. Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, Louisiana, Texas, South Carolina, and Alabama were all affected by this enormous storm. Tomorrow, the high will be 58 degrees and the low will be 34 degrees. Expect scattered showers throughout the day and wind speeds up to 22 miles per hour. Hold on to your hats. Back to you, Lexi.
Thanks, Marissa. There's a lot happening at the theaters. Here's Madison Burns and Dylan Bollinger reporting on the top 5 movies in theaters now.
Hi, my name is Dylan, and I'm going to tell you about the top 5 movies of the week. Number 5 is Rogue One. Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, is the newest movie in the Star Wars franchise.
If you're really doing this, I want to help.
Number 4 is The Bye Bye Man. This movie is a horror thriller movie that just came out last week.
If you say his name, or even think it, he'll come for you.
Number 3 is Sing. This is a computer animated film that stars Matthew McConaughey and Scarlett Johansson.
Say the things I want to say to. Hold it right there! Go, go, go!
Number 2 on the list is La La Land. This film features Ryan Gosling, a musician, and Emma Stone, an aspiring actress, who meet and fall in love in Los Angeles. And finally, number 1 on the list is Hidden Figures. This is a true story about African-American mathematicians who calculate flight trajectories for the famous Project Mercury.
Isosceles tetrahedron.
I've never seen a mind like the one your daughter has. You have to see what she becomes.
Thanks, Madison and Dylan. I saw Hidden Fingers yesterday. It was amazing. Are you ready to dance? The theme for this year's royalty dance is Fire and Ice, and it will be held in the Commons on February 11 from 8 to 11 p.m. The dress for the event is semi-formal, and tickets will be on sale at lunch soon. They are $8 for singles or $15 per couple if you buy ahead of time, or they are $10 each at the door. So girls, you know what that means. Start coming up with creative ways to ask your favorite guy to the dance. The out-of-school date forms for the winter royalty are available for pickup in the attendance office. The form is due no later than Wednesday, February 8th. Second semester ACT preparation will start in March. Starting today, Mrs. Bolin will visit junior CCR classes just to register students. All interested students need to take the ACT before the class starts and be registered for the April or June ACT. Contact Mrs. Bolin for additional information. This Thursday, January 26th, Johnson County Community College will be here. Remember to sign up in the guidance office no later than Wednesday. On Monday, January 30th, we will be running an altered bell schedule to accommodate the Communities That Care survey. Seniors who have senior lease and VOTEC students, please pay special attention to the change in time so that you are not late. The schedule is available on Mainline. The Roar's Lauren has an update for us on Marie and Michaela Carasillo's DECA project.
Do you remember the yearbook promo videos in October? They are a part of Marie and Michaela Carasillo's DECA project. They put a lot of effort into the videos and their marketing plan for Herv Jones, which is the yearbook printing company. Maria and Michaela were selected to go to Florida to present their strategy along with 2 other groups. They are the first group from Kansas to make it this far in the competition and have the opportunity to win $5,000. If they advance, they will use the money to travel to DECA Nationals in California. Congratulations, Marie and Michaela, on your success with your project.
Congrats, ladies. Good luck in Florida next month. That's all for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow.